Sup, it's Hallie. Welcome back to Undercurrents. When we last left off, we had finished, Sayori's route. So that just leaves Yuri's. We get to load up this save again, and pick the book that Yuri would like, the Black Cat.
Picking the black cat, I head off towards the lockers.
Away we go. How will Yuri's route be? Monika's was like the plot-heavy route. Natsuki's was the absentee route. Sayori's was the horny route. Where will Yuri land? We shall see. Hopefully on the plot-heavy side, because can't say I really cared very much for the other two. Only time will tell. Skipping greatly and longly. Goodness. I'm recording this like before work because I didn't do it yesterday. And I didn't sleep very well last night, so bear with me here, dear viewer. We've already read that poem. Twice even.
Of all the girls, Yuri seems to be having the most difficulty proceeding with her poem reading. I find this ironic, considering she was the one who suggested that we stick to a theme in the first place. For several moments, it seems as though she can barely even look down at the paper before her. She anxiously shifts in her seat, brows knitted, lips pursed.
What? I guess you do have multiple eyebrows, but I don't know if you typically would say you're like... Do they knit? Do brows knit? Or does your brow, like, your overall brow, knit? I'm not sure.
When she finally puts pen to paper, the strokes are hesitant, jerky. I'm on the verge of rising to my feet and walking over to ask her if she needs help, when she abruptly rips up the paper and tosses it aside. The unexpected noise makes everybody flinch, myself included. Sorry. Natsuki snaps her head around and scowls, but holds her tongue upon seeing how uneasy Yuri looks. I think I speak for the entire club when I cautiously ask, "Is everything all right, Yuri?" "It's nothing, MC. I'm fine. Just give me a moment." Eyes closed, Yuri takes several deep breaths as if to steady herself, to focus, before producing a fresh sheet and leaping back right back into it. Still not all that fluidly, but far better this time around. I stand down and observe as she finally completes her task. When she's done, she looks up at me and flashes me a small smile. It seems slightly forced. Also of note is the fact that she isn't so much as briefly looking back upon what she's written, as if she can't bear to do so, as if the result isn't entirely to her satisfaction. But I can't do much else but take her at face value, lest I come across as intrusive. Perhaps it was just a bit of writer's block. And as for not being entirely satisfied with what's been committed to paper, what author hasn't been there, really? How are we all doing?
I don't know, Monika. You tell me. Alright, so this one's Yuri's again, which would be appropriate, but we already got Yuri's that one time, so let me access the save menu. We're gonna drop a save here and reload it, so that we can, roll again. Loading won't leave save progress, yes. Okay, so it's still the river. Let's load again, because the only one we haven't gotten... I want to say we got Monika's, Yuri's, and Sayori's. Maybe, did we get... I could have sworn we could reload this, and it would get different ones. Yeah, see, there it goes. This time it was Sayori's, but we had already seen Sayori's too. I think Natsuki's is the only one we haven't gotten. So let's keep trying. We looked at that one time, but now we've got to keep fishing until we get Natsuki's. I don't think that's... No, this is Monika's. That one's Monika's. You knocked that off. I guess we could also see what it's like whenever we get it wrong. That one was Natsuki.
Oh, no, see, that poem isn't hers, it's mine. Well, what made you think otherwise? I wince inwardly. Well, when in doubt, tell the truth. I suppose I just never thought that something so dark could leave the pen of someone so timid, retiring. Yuri seems a little put out. I quickly moved to placate her. Hardly. I was actually about to say gentle and composed. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to put words in your mouth. She looks away, her frustration transforming into sadness. I'm just tired of people presuming that, that there isn't more to me than being the quiet or introverted girl. That still waters can't run deep. I won't lie, this gets to me. I've just gone and done the same thing everyone else does, it seems. The same thing I'm constantly frustrated of others doing to me. So I press on, giving her all the empathy I have to offer. Oh no, forgive me, I hear you completely. I really shouldn't have made such an assumption about you to start with. I violated that age-old rule of literature, to not judge a book by its cover. It's a mistake I definitely won't make again. She turns back to me with an expression that tugs at my heartstrings. Promise. I offer the warmest smile I can muster. Cross my heart.
Well, that's nice, but we gotta get it. I'm gonna get it right. Get the right one. Here's Natsuki's. Surely it is. Let me grab it.
For once, you come, you little drops of rain, streaking like shooting stars across the window pane. Your pitter-patter mimics Jabber, playfully initiating a chat. We're having a blast on the side of the glass. Why aren't you having fun on that? Oh, I would if I could, my friends. If I but had the means to that end. They won't let me walk and won't let me play. Won't let me go outdoors today. My books and toys are under lock and key. Who knows when they'll be returned to me? All I have right now are vague memories of simpler, happier times. A dwindling treasury. Lacking most diversions, there isn't much else to do but gaze out the window, wishing I was free like you.
Alright, we'll go out with Natsuki.
Wow, you did it! Huh. Beginner's luck really is a thing, I suppose.
The urge to refute Natsuki's statement is irresistible. I'm not going to have my success dismissed as a mere fluke. Drawing myself up to full height, not really difficult given how petite she is by comparison, I say in my best sagely tone. In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
Is that a fact now? Then enlighten me, oh wise one. Just how did you figure me out as the author?
Handwriting.
Well, come on already. I haven't got all day.
It's the way you speak.
Huh?
Yeah, direct, to the point. Never using 6 words or great big bombastic terms where there are 3 or fewer ordinary ones will do. And that manner of speech is reflected in your writing. A deceptively simple style that's actually very succinct. That still manages to paint an effective picture.
I don't know if you cooked that up on the spot or what, but even if you did, I have to admit that it takes talent of sorts. If nothing else, you might just do well at improv versus or open mic.
Thank you. You'll find once you get to know me better that I'm more than just a pretty face. Natsuki gives a derisive snort.
Don't get too much of a bacon about this, all right?
But she's smiling as she says so. I can't help but chuckle too.
Right, I kinda wanna. Oh, hey, we actually don't actually have access to the phone just yet. Well, hold on. I wanna save that we got that right. But I kinda wanna go back right now and do the rest of the things. To the wrong possibilities. So here's Sayori's. Let's get that one rolling. It's Natsuki's.
It's clear from Sayori's dejected expression that I've guessed wrongly. That the poem was in fact hers. Thinking back, I really should have known. I was so caught up in trying to recognize the style that I could not see the forest for the trees. The true giveaway was right there, in the poem's underlying message of a poignant reunion. I bite my lip and swear under my breath. What the hell is wrong with me? This is Sayori we're talking about. How do I mess something like this up? Evidently, I did not swear quietly enough, for Sayori catches my eye and flashes me a smile in spite of it all.
It's okay, Molly. I can't really hold it against you. Nobody can or should. It has been that many years since we last hung out, after all, let alone since we did any writing together. I wouldn't expect you to remember what my poetry's like, especially now that I've found my voice after all those prior baby steps. At least I think I have.
You're too kind, Sayori. I promise I'll use the time spent here to better familiarize myself with how far you've come. As well-meaning as Sayori sounds, her reassurance doesn't really do anything to make me feel better. If anything, it only worsens my guilt. Enough of this cringeworthy fumbling already, MC. It's high time you set things right.
Yay! That's what happens when you get Sayori's wrong. Now let's go find. We still gotta get Monika's and Natsuki's wrong. We still gotta get Monika's and Natsuki's wrong. Monika's and Natsuki's. Click it. Click it. Ah. There's the Monika's. I mean, Natsuki's.
The moment I see Monika's expression, I already know I've chosen wrongly. And judging from the look itself, the true author's identity is pretty obvious. I bite my lip and shift uncomfortably in my seat. So it's really a good fit for the literature club. I'm sorry, Monika. I really should have known, especially since I took a gander at something else that you wrote yesterday. To my surprise and relief, Monika's subsequent words are far from chagrined.
It's all right, MC. I can't truly blame you. This poem's admittedly rather different from the story I showed you.
Not all that different, now that I look back and compare. The abstract format and the stream of consciousness style of the earlier story are actually present here as well. I guess I was trying to read too deeply into this poem to see the clues that were staring me right in the face.
Oh?
Yeah, you know what they sometimes say about how there's a little bit of the author's heart and soul in their work. A touch of their personal experience. I was trying to look for that as I analyzed the poem, and I ended up concluding that something with such a, well, morbid theme couldn't possibly be associated with you. Monika's looking at me very intently as I speak, which makes me belatedly realize the flaw in my reasoning. Then again, I was probably presumptuous to associate with any of the others either. I think I'll just shut up now. There was a brief, tense silence, during which I braced myself to have more dirt fill the hole I've just dug myself into. But once again, the outcome is entirely unexpected.
That's so much more intuitive and empathy-driven approach to phrasing literature than I would have given you credit for, MC. Sure, I didn't get you the correct answer this time around, and even yourself can appreciate that there's pitfalls to the method. But I certainly don't think any less of you for that. In fact, I'm pleased to see someone take a different tack and think outside of the box. We're all here to learn and improve ourselves, and I'm positive you'll eventually be in for great things.
You're too kind, Monika. I'll try harder next time and do my very best. Such a wise, nuanced response. I can readily see how she became president.
Alright, now we just gotta get Natsuki's wrong. Gotta get Natsuki's again. Why is Natsuki so rare? Biased against Natsuki? Is that why she's basically not in her route? They don't like her? No, I refuse to believe. They wouldn't do that. It's just 1 in 4. And we're just not a good part of the RNG chart or something. Just gotta keep trying. Keep trying. Do it again. Do it again. I don't actually know if I need to click away the poem to make it change. It just wasn't doing it before until I did the thing. There we go. This is Natsuki's. I mean, it's Yuri's.
Oh, for crying out loud, really?
I recoil at Natsuki's outburst, both physically and inwardly. If the true identity of the poem's author wasn't apparent to me earlier, it sure is now. Frantically, I scrambled to defend myself. I may have chosen wrongly, but surely that doesn't mean I deserve getting my head bitten off. Hey, let up on me, all right?
What, just because you're new?
No, because you can't presume anything these days. I mean, sure, the poem's writing style is similar to how you speak. Direct, succinct. But wouldn't it be presumptuous to even, or even shallow of me to conclude that you're the author purely based on that? Natsuki seems to falter at this point. Seeing this opening, I seized the opportunity to press on. You know, I think you ought to be glad that I guessed wrong, because it would mean that, to the casual reader such as myself, you aren't so easily pinpointed or pigeonholed. And surely the last thing a poet wants to be is predictable, to be a one-trick pony. Right? I can practically hear the cogs in Natsuki's head turning as she processes my impromptu excuse. Possibly even the steam exiting her ears, too. For several tense moments, I keep all my toes and fingers crossed.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever?
Yeah, you heard me. Forget about it.
And with that, I breathe again.
I have to admit, that was a pretty speech. But don't you try that nonsense with me ever again, you hear, because it's not going to fly twice.
Thank you. I'll remember that for sure.
You better.
There we go. It's all the poem outcomes. Now let's reload. Load the other one. Load it. Load it up. Load it up. Load it. Loaded. But what happened before that? Well, I clicked the away one.
The rain comes to an end, and with it the poetry game.
Okay. Click.
Now that Monica has let us off to read, my mind wanders to Yuri, sitting quietly at a desk with her nose buried in her poem volume. Our shared taste in reading material leads me to think that she and I might be able to bond further. Plus, her poetry was beguilingly dark. I'd like to see some more of that enchanting darkness peek out from beneath her soft exterior. Not too much, though. That gentle demeanor is rather cute. Speaking of cute, the way she intermittently twirls a lock of her hair as she reads. Surprisingly endearing. I go to my bag and retrieve my copy of The Black Cat. I think it's an easy bet that she's read it too, if she's a fan of the Gothic. Discussing it, therefore, should be the perfect icebreaker. I move over towards her, admiring how deeply engrossed she is in her tome. Her eyes trained steadfastly on the pages, as if willing herself to be transported into whatever magical world lies within. I wait until I'm standing right next to her and gently tap her shoulder.